What's going on, everybody? It's the Mike and Rich podcast.
Yo, yo, yo. Happy Thursday, man.
Happy Thursday, man.
How you
As
doing?
always, we just want to thank our followers, everybody watching,
Yo, yo.
streaming. We appreciate you. Got a couple more followers to go for our new follower goal, but we got a special podcast tonight.
That's right.
What are we doing special today?
All right, so we told you a couple weeks ago we were going to start our interview lineup. There's a lot of people that we connect with on TikTok and other platforms that, we all have the same love for either comics or movies or action figures or even just, pop culture as a whole. So tonight we actually have a pretty cool interview set up with LT from the House of Geekery. He's a huge DC guy, huge. So action figures, movies, big Batman guy. We're excited to have him in here. Now, obviously, it's been a little while since we've done an interview, so give me a second to get everything all switched over. We're going to bring LT in. We got some cool questions for him. And yeah, if you guys have any questions that you guys want to ask him, just ask it in the chat. And we'll make sure to ask him that when he's on with us. And yeah, I'm ready for this interview. What about you, Mike?
That's right. I'm ready too, man. Let's do this.
All right, let's see if I can bring him in easily. All right, he is joining us now. Or so it says.
That's right. All right, we could do that. There he is. What's up, LT?
Hey
Oh,
there, guys. How are you?
Good, man. How you doing today?
Good, man. I was just trying to see all the newest info. San Diego Comic Con that McFarlane's been dropping.
So much.
Yesterday was preview night. A lot of teases came out today, and tomorrow's his panel. I mean, as of this recording, tomorrow, Friday, the 21st, will he'll be releasing maybe what we find out will be coming out for the rest of the year.
what are
Yeah,
you
I'm
excited?
excited.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are you excited for the most?
Well, I don't know if you saw what someone leaked today was the McFarlane six pack of Batman figures from the movies, including
Yes.
two teased figures that have not been released, and it's more than likely going to be the Val Kilmer and George Clooney figure, Batman,
You think it's gonna
along
have the
with.
nipples?
It's definitely got to
Yeah,
have to,
no.
right?
If you look, if you find it online, the last picture, the faces are covered, but you can see the bat nipples.
You can see the nips.
Yeah, it's got Affleck, it's got Christian Bale, it's got Pattinson, it's got Keaton, it's got, and then it's got the two Val Kilmer and Clooney hidden. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I'm excited.
No
Six
Adam
pack.
West though.
No, I would have loved to seen a 7-inch Adam West figure. Unfortunately, the 66 line is a 6-inch line, which is totally separate from the multiverse line.
Mm,
But
Yeah.
it would have been killer to get a 7-inch sized Adam West.
yeah, I would have been stoked for that one. That was good one.
Yeah, no, that would
Yeah.
have been great. That would have been great. So, LT, we met through TikTok. That's kind of how I got introduced to you. I'm also a collector of action figures and all different kinds of stuff. And I guess what drew me to your TikToks was you're just always on and you're just creative. You're right there with the trends. Like that day. Usually or setting them.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just really cool to have you on, and we appreciate you. And
Cool.
we
Yeah.
appreciate what you do on TikTok as well, man. You're definitely killing it.
I appreciate your
It's
background. Look at that thing.
definitely. Oh yeah, it's definitely a labor of love. I've been collecting action figures since I'd say 1987.
Ooh.
Just showed you how old I am. I've been since I think eighth grade year. Before that was, of course, I was playing with my action figures. I actually opened them,
Mm-hmm.
but
Sure.
since '87, I have been collecting inbox. I still got some Star Trek figures from '87 from Next Generation, still
Wow.
boxed,
Nice.
and going all the way to the Kenner Batman's. All the different animated series, the movie figures, all figures in between.
Mm.
And yeah, they're all still boxed, still and stored away.
That's
For
what I
the
was going to
most part,
ask. Are they visual somewhere? Or are they stored away?
aside from here, and I'm looking at shelves and shelves of figures. I'd say from 2000 on up. The Mattel, I mean the Kenner Hasbro lines that I have, as far as the animated series, the movie figures, all that are stored away in tubs in my closet
Mm.
because I would have no room to.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I know the feeling, man.
But yeah, now for the most part, like I said, I got the more recent, from like I said, 2000 on up displayed. I
Mm.
mean, from DC Direct, from McFarlane, even I've got shelves of the Mattel DC Universe or DC Multiverse before uh, McFarlane took over.
Do you have a
How
do
do
you
you
have an
feel
idea?
about that?
Yeah, I was gonna say. And do you wait before that? Do you have an idea about what your collection's about worth? Obviously, we don't need exact numbers. Or
I don't know.
okay,
I would. Let's just say this: I do have insurance on them,
there
so
you go. So worth enough.
uh,
Worth enough.
yeah, and
Yes.
it's a passion. Like I said, labor of love. It's nothing. It's a lot. I get a lot of slack for keeping them in box, and
Mhm.
I've been an inbox collector forever. They're like, well, what's the point in buying them? Now I treat them like museum pieces,
Mhm.
and
Sure.
they come to me, and you're just saving them to you know sell them in the future worth once they're like double their worth. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah. Well, if you open them, you lose pieces. They get dusty.
you
You,
lose
you,
them.
you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
stand them up, or you're gonna throw them in a box, right? So
Yeah, now all
Sure.
of this, my whole collection, once I'm gone, shuffle up that mortal coil. Well, this will all be my daughter's,
there you go.
you know,
She's gonna be like,
and
"What
she
the hell
can
am I
get.
supposed to do with all these Batman figures?"
Well, she's it's a pretty nice nest egg. So
There you go. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's a great nest egg for sure. And I guess nest egg is good for our next question. So, who's your favorite Robin? That's what I need to know. Over the years, let's say like the main six that everybody says, who's your favorite?
well, let's go back in 1978. I was what, 5. My first Halloween that I can remember, and there is picture evidence. I was Robin. I was at that time there was only one Robin. That was Dick Grayson.
That's right.
I grew up on my dad watching uh, the Batman 66 as far as reruns. They would always show it before church or whatever on Sundays. Just
Sure.
we'd watch it. I grew up on him as Dick Grayson all the way to Nightwing. I did take a liking to Jason Todd only when he came back, never as the second Robin, but when
Okay.
he came back as Red Hood. So,
Sure.
if in a roundabout way, I would like to say Jason Todd Red Hood, but you asked Robin, so it's Dick Grayson.
Yeah,
Sure.
we were
Sure.
talking about it before we come on. Well, before we came on, and I was like, Dick Grayson's my favorite because that was a big animated series growing up, and that Robin to me is like so kick ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Although
absolutely.
they did introduce Tim Drake towards the end of the
Hmm.
of that series,
Yeah,
but yeah, Tim Drake is my least favorite. I mean, there's a lot of people that love him,
a
but
lot
man,
of it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean he's like the boy genius, that's why everybody likes him. I'm more of a Damian Wayne. I do of course love, you know, Dick Grayson. He's definitely up there, but Damian Wayne I just feel like he's like one of the tougher ones. I mean, he had the craziest training,
yeah,
like
League of Assassins,
I
yeah.
mean, it's in his bloodline, like I don't know, like I just think he's badass and, he's done a lot of crazy things. He's take down a lot of crazy people, so
Right, and fortunately, I guess for you, that I mean that they're going to be making the new Batman Brave and the Bold, and we're starting off with
Hmm.
Damian Wayne as Robin.
Yeah, it's definitely going
yeah,
to be
no,
an
I think it's gonna be
interesting
awesome.
shakeup. Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully we're going to dive into some history of previous Robins. And we yeah, by Damian's time, we already have what? How many Robins? For him,
At
Yeah,
least
4,
four,
5.
like 3, 4.
yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Five
So I hope
maybe.
they do some justice in history as far as talking about Dick Grayson. At least because
Yeah, no, that'll be cool. I really liked Titans. I thought it was pretty neat. It was weird the kind of the journey that it took because it was on like the DC network when it first came out, and not a lot of people had that
Yeah,
or
I
bought
didn't.
that. So it was really tough for people to jump in, but then once they did that like HBO like kind of deal with Warner Brothers, it came on HBO, and I feel like it kind of like took off a little bit.
right.
And I really
Yeah.
liked the way they kind of portrayed Nightwing and stuff, and they had a little bit of evolution for him, but overall, I thought it was pretty cool. I'm a little sad that it ended. Did you watch Titans?
Yes, I saw all 4 seasons. I was kind of bummed that they canceled it, only because of the whole, you know, James Gunn taking over type,
Hmm.
whatever. If that was even part of the reason. But yeah, no, I kind of wish they would have gone more because there's a lot more to tell as far as Titan wise.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
The
absolutely.
whole second season with Deathstroke was so short. Ugh. I
yeah.
mean, they could have gone into the Lazarus was it Lazarus Project or
The Lazarus pits and stuff,
that
right?
yeah, they could have got so much more into it. Oh, it was disappointing, but I did love that show, and only because, again, Dick Grayson. I love the fact that we saw him as Robin the first season until
Yeah,
the end.
I thought
Yeah.
that was awesome too.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. I definitely think he's a mover and a shaker, being like, by night he's Robin, by day he's going to detective school, whatever. He raised in the ranks pretty fast.
Yeah, super fast. Well, he knows people, and he's got Bruce Wayne in his pocket.
He's a mover and a shaker,
Yeah.
Bruce.
I mean, he got with every girl on that show too. Like
How?
pretty much
Oh
every
yeah.
girl.
Yeah, every girl that like they came across, like they're like, oh hey, I'm blah blah. He's like, yeah, I already know her.
Right. Well, Jinx was it like the last season?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had a history.
Yes, yeah. No, that's awesome. No, that's cool, man. I feel like Robin doesn't get always get his due, especially when it comes to like the products and stuff. I live near Six Flags Great Adventure, so every now and again I'll pop in over there. They don't have as much cool stuff as you would think. Once in a blue moon I'll get something neat. So I wear a lot of hats, so I have like a cool Robin hat that I got, and it has like leather on it or whatever, but it's like very rare that you see that stuff. And then they had a Nightwing shirt, but of course they're like all smalls. So like
Yeah.
it was just
Absolutely.
crazy to see that stuff out in the wild. Like I love it. Do you have you been to a Six Flags, or have you been to a Great Adventure to see that kind of stuff? Or
I live about 3.5 hours from San Antonio. I'm in Texas, and I have the Six Flags Fiesta Texas, which is Warner Brothers, of course. Uh, they got a Superman ride, I think a Batman ride, but yeah, I haven't been lately. They do have a DC Central store in that place that, from what I remember. In fact, there's a big old statue of Superman right in front of it.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's
But
awesome.
yeah, I haven't been lately. I mean, oof, lately meaning
Fun
like
little fact.
10 years.
My a good friend of mine, he was born in Texas because his dad was over there opening that Six Flags. So like he's a good friend of mine that lives down the road. And
Nice.
that's like the reason why he was born there because his dad opened up the China one and then he opened up the Texas one. And so
Oh,
Nice.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, when they opened, I remember going the first at least week or so. They had the Superman Kryptonite ride, and then the Joker roller coaster where it went backwards.
Mm.
So you weren't you,
that's
you
neat.
were going back. It was crazy, but I don't think that's there anymore.
Yeah,
I
they
think they
have a
took
new
that down.
Joker ride over at ours at our Great Adventure. They have one that like you're in a like a cage and like just spins around as you're going on a roller coaster.
Cool.
So that's pretty crazy. And then they added a bunch of new things. They have like a kid ride, like a Harley Quinn runaway train,
Mm.
But I thought it was neat that they also changed the fast pass to the flash pass. So
No,
I thought that
smart.
was kind of
That
funny.
is kind of cool.
But they definitely don't capitalize on all the DC stuff that they can do. They really do. They don't have characters walking around.
Yeah.
I mean, like when these movies are coming out, they should have like huge displays and like, exclusive
Exclusives. Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
Capitalize, yeah.
Like it would drive people over there for sure. I mean, like I'm not saying that they have to sell them just there, but even just to like have like a, I don't know, everybody has like a different chase. I don't know, maybe they could do a great adventure one. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, no.
So let's
All right. So, what brought you to DC Comics? Like, what was your love instead of Marvel? Because I know people usually go to Marvel. That's.
either or. I feel it's
I,
like a either or,
right, right. No, again, I think it's growing up, uh, Batman. Why, as Batman fan dressing up. I mean, I even dressed up as Batman. I'd say when my daughter was 3, I dressed her up as Superman. So, uh, it's just been all I've loved DC all my life. I mean, I do love Marvel, and I grew up watching Saturday morning cartoons, Spider-Man and his
X
Amazing
Men.
Friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love Iceman. He was my favorite. He's still my favorite Marvel character. But for the most part, I grew up more on like the Super Friends, and then the what do you call it? There's a bunch of other cartoons that they came out. I mean, I grew up watching DC cartoons.
Sure. I mean,
Any
I always loved
Um,
Spider Man and His Amazing Friends. That was a good one. What about you,
yeah.
Rich? Did you watch that one as well?
I probably watched more of the Super Friends because I was a big Cartoon Network kid growing up, and we had satellite Cartoon Networks that was like you watched all the old stuff. And my dad was all about the old school stuff, so
yeah, they had
definitely.
like Super Friends and then the Challenge of the Super Friends. They had
Hmm.
at least 2 to 3 different incarnations of that one show. I mean, and going back to Dick Grayson, he was always part of that.
Always.
He wasn't. It was all the main core superheroes, and then
and
Robin.
and Robin. That's right.
And
Yeah,
then Robin. That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
He earned his spot. He earned his spot.
yeah.
That's right. How do you feel about like Arrow and Speedy and that kind of little verse in DC?
I watched Arrow all every season, every episode. Green Arrow is probably my third favorite character behind Batman and Nightwing.
Okay.
Oliver Queen, of course, was, I guess, what they always considered him like even though comics he was rich, he was like the poor man's Batman.
Hmm.
You
Yes,
know,
yes.
it was basically he was Batman. That's all it was, and that's what I took to him. And so when he was announced on the last 3 seasons of Smallville,
Hmm.
I was like, oh my god. I mean, I watched that show religiously, but then even more so when he came out,
He
but
was
he
he
was too
was
pretty
cool in that
boy.
show. He was super
It
cool
was a
in that
good show,
show.
but he was too pretty boy. He didn't have
Yeah.
the goatee. He wasn't eh. So then after that, when they announced this Arrow and it was going to be like really gritty, I mean,
Hmm.
the first season was pretty like violent and really, really, it was like really nice. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I and then when they spun off into the Flash, I just finished the Flash not too long ago. The last season, I'd skipped the last 2 seasons and I just found it finished
I
the
understand.
finale. It kind of got.
Yeah, that whole Mirrorverse thing was a little
Eh.
much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
Uh,
tough. I don't know. There's certain people that they lean into and certain people that they don't. I don't get it. I mean, like, especially when they do those crossovers and they had so many cool different elements. Like, did you watch what was that one where they time travel or whatever?
oh, the Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends, yeah. So Legends, they had a couple cool bad guys in there too. I think at one time they had like Vandal Savage,
Yeah.
like, and he's awesome and somebody who they like never use, like I think they might have used him in the Arrow once, but the Arrowverse was a cool show. I definitely loved the Green Arrow. It was nice. We didn't see any boxing gloves on the Arrow though, so I was a
No.
little disappointed with that,
Hmm.
but
Yeah. No. For the most part, it was a great show. I mean, it did spin off how many other ones they had? Supergirl, Black Lightning, the aforementioned Legends of Tomorrow,
that's right.
Flash, uh, and they all kind of just teetered off once Arrow finished or ended,
Yeah,
and I guess the only survivor was the Flash because the Flash is a fan favorite. He's one of the main core,
that's right.
Justice League members. So I think that's why a lot of people stuck with him. That and a lot of people did like Gustin Grant's portrayal of the Flash,
Oh, he was
and
great.
evidently a lot more than Ezra Miller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel that
Ezra Miller
So
kind
a
of played a little on the nose. He was a little like quick with everything, and
yeah,
like I don't know, a little
he
bit too
was
much
more
like
like
Spider-Man.
yeah. And plus, Flash has always been known as like the comedy relief of the Justice League,
yeah.
And
Yeah,
Barry, Grant Gustin's version wasn't always like the fun guy. He was
yeah.
the serious Flash, and
They had an
Ezra
arc
Miller.
for him.
Well, yeah, yeah. But no, I did enjoy that show. I did collect several of the DC Direct figures of Arrow and Flash.
Now, those are
Uh,
smaller than the McFarlanes, right? Those
oh
are
yes, those are the 6 inch.
okay.
They're really nice, really great looking. Really, look. In fact, let me.
I mean, look at that wall.
I know it's awesome.
Like here's
Oh, there you go.
Arsenal. Here's
Arsenal.
one of them. I just grabbed. I see Arrow, Deathstroke. I got a bunch of them like that, but they did put out some quality figures as far as the show. I didn't collect them all because collectibles at one time were like at least $25 to $30, and
Sure.
this was before McFarlane took over DC Direct. This was maybe a year or two before they closed the doors on DC Direct. So they were kind of pricey, and of course I still live on a budget, but more so back then. So I kind
Sure.
of like my $15 to $20 figures, which
Oh,
which is
absolutely.
another reason I like McFarlane. He has not jumped the price like Hasbro has. The
Mm.
Marvel Legends. I used to collect. I collected Marvel Legends for a long time, and then they started going windowless and jacking up the prices to $30 a figure.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Some places it's
just
40.
Yeah.
oh
Someplace
yeah,
the
I've
one by
seen
me
it.
is like 34 or something like that.
Why? Oh my
It's
god! So
nuts.
I stopped collecting Marvel Legends. I put them all away, and I turned that Marvel Legend wall into another wall of the McFarlane, but of the Build a Figure series.
Mm.
That's in
Oh,
a
nice.
different room. Yeah.
Filling
Nice.
them
I
up.
feel like they lost a lot of people with the windowless stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly they're coming back, but they've already lost me. I'm too invested into this line to start collecting anything else. Well, I mean, I'll be honest, I do collect Masters of the Universe, Origins, and Masterverse as well.
Mm.
I don't display them. They're all put away.
Damn, you have an expensive collection. I already know a lot of those are worth a bunch of money. So,
Oh,
like,
and
okay.
they just announced more lines for He-Man and Masters today at Comic-Con. They're
Oh
going to start
wow.
putting out the Filmation cartoon versions of the
Uh-oh.
He-Man figures.
Oh
My God.
wow. That's nuts.
Um,
No, I'm definitely a big He-Man fan as well. I mean, I collected the figures when I was younger, but never got like, super into it as I was older. My son likes it a little bit. He watched the new one.
Mm.
We called it like the Tila show for a little while, but that second season really rounded it out.
Yeah, for sure.
It really did. It really did. But
yeah, and now they're getting a second season or part two. I think not. The first one was what Revelations.
yeah, yeah.
I think this one's going to kill Revolutions. I think I don't know, but it's another season.
Ah,
Yeah,
That'll be
again
good.
that's cool.
by Kevin Smith. That's what I heard.
They've been taking their time with it, so it'll probably be good.
Well, yeah, and then now with all this writer strike nonsense. I mean, not nonsense. I mean, what they're doing is fine, but unfortunately, we're the ones that are, paying for it because we're not going to be getting any new content as far as movies,
Hmm.
series, anything for a while.
Yeah,
For a long time.
I was gonna say because all the stuff coming out now has been done for a while,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's gonna catch
I
up
mean,
eventually.
they just said last week that Deadpool 3 is now on hiatus because of the writer strike.
It's crazy,
So
Crazy,
I mean,
crazy
that was like
things.
a week after they teased us with Hugh Jackman in a comic accurate
Hmm.
costume, and then they say, "Oh, sorry, we gotta shut down."
Yeah, sorry.
Uh,
Maybe in another month.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with like that Peacemaker stuff too, man. Because
I
I mean,
know.
Peacemaker was awesome, and we may not get a season two, like
That's like
ever.
insane to me because that was like one of the best shows like ever.
It was so good, especially
Great.
just coming out. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, and just the fact that like I love that DC makes fun of itself and like make fun of like certain characters and stuff. I don't know if you watch Doom Patrol too, but like they like to pull out those like maybe like not so much like one-offs but like just like characters that like normal people don't know, you
Yeah.
know. So I made a list for my wife and I wanted to see because like, a lot of times like I'll tell her something, you know, maybe like jokingly and she'll think it's serious and you know then later on she finds out it's not. So we have fun. So I made this crazy list a long time ago of all like one-off weird DC guys,
Right.
like Abracadabra or the Orphan or Arrowette,
Yep.
Detective Chimp,
Mhm.
Lex Milento, um, Mongo the Living Planet,
Mongo.
Crazy Quill and Kite Man, Condiment Man,
Condiment Man.
the Dead Boy Detectives,
Yeah.
the Clock King, Egg Foo,
Egg.
um, what was it? Power, Brother the Power Geek.
Wow.
Brother
There's,
the Power Geek. Like these are all just like crazy like people they'll probably never use, you know,
well, I mean,
Volk.
Abracadabra did come out on the Flash. What?
That's I mean, yeah, I mean, but like it's not like they're I don't know if they'll be making a figure. Did they make a
No.
figure of Abracadabra? But I mean I would love to have
Although,
a Granny Goodness figure.
yeah, I was gonna say I would love to have a Kite Man figure.
Oh, that would be awesome.
There
Imagine
you
his accessory, the kite. I
That
mean,
would
he's kind of like one of the main characters on the Harley Quinn show. Uh, it was he Ivy's boyfriend for like all season 2 or 3
Yeah,
of it.
that's right. He was her fiance or whatever.
Yeah, I'll tell
Yeah.
you, yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, him and Condiment King had like,
yeah.
you know, a rivalry.
Hated each other. Oh my god.
I love the Bane stuff though in that one. You
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
know,
the
the
Bane stuff was
Bane was
funny.
awesome. Yeah, he's like, "Where's my swivel chair?"
Yeah, and that right there shows you poking fun at the whole Tom Hardy Bane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love it. Yeah.
Oh, that series, it was really funny. I felt like they kind of started losing a little bit of the focus, you know, on like the silliness and kind of just went a little bit more into the relationship stuff, which like whatever, I really don't care about, but like because I know they do have a relationship like in the comics and stuff
In
like
the
that as
comics, yeah.
well. But I just felt like they went super hard on that, you know, like I wanted to see more silliness, you know, like I know some people want to see the cartoons making out and stuff, but like I really don't care about that.
I like Clayface and the what's his face God, what's his name the little guy
Oh,
Doctor.
Doctor Dement, not Doctor Demento.
Oh,
Doctor crap. Everybody's
he
gonna
was
be so mad at us.
Hmm.
right. He was one of Wonder
Doctor
Woman's
Psycho. Doctor Psycho.
Doctor Psycho. Yes.
They should come out with a figure of him, man. That'd be really cool.
Well, they did come with a figure of him, a build a figure in Mattel's DC Multiverse. It came with it was only two pieces because it's such a figure. It was just two pieces. I don't think it was a Wonder Woman and a Power Girl. No, Power Girl. They never made Power Girl. Wonder Girl. Uh, Cassandra. No, not Cassandra. Ah, one of them. But yeah, it was only two pieces. It was a two-piece set, and it came with Doctor Psycho.
Oh, that's so
But
great.
no, I would love to see a McFarlane version. Oh,
Yeah, no, that'd be really cool. I loved the Harley Quinn show. It was so funny. I feel like maybe some people didn't give it like a chance just because it's like Harley Quinn, but it's like it's so funny, man. It really
yeah,
It
no,
is.
had a
Like
lot of good jokes in it for sure.
oh yeah, and it continues Diedrich Bader as Batman from the previous cartoon. I think Batman Brave and the Bold. He
Hmm.
was
yeah, yeah, that's right.
yeah, he plays Batman in that one too. So, but yeah, I love the Joker too. I mean, every character in that was funny.
Oh no, the Joker's the best in it. His jokes with Bane, calling him Bang, having it written on the cup. That was great.
Oh, when Scarecrow takes the mask off, he's like, Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
Where I pre-purchased an electric car how many years ago? Where is it, Mr. Wayne? It was funny.
Oh man, yeah, no, that was great. And Joker was all mad at him for the reveal. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember.
That's funny.
It was cool. All right, so let's get back into these questions. So what else we got for you? So what is your favorite thing in your collection right now?
By far.
By far as anything, or
Could be anything. Doesn't have to be a figure. It could be a piece of memorabilia. Just anything from your collection.
I want to say I've got two pieces that are really not worth anything. However, they are autographed by the late Kevin Conroy, Batman. I have the Batman the Animated Series figure signed by Kevin Conroy, as well as the Funko Pop. I met him. I got to meet him twice. I was fortunate for someone to do a one of those cameo videos. They hired Kevin Conroy to do a shout out to me, and I was like, oh, all giddy. Oh.
I bet.
Again, yeah, those aren't the most valuable, but they mean a lot to me only because he's gone, and
Sure.
that really killed me that day that we heard he passed. I
Yeah.
was just distraught.
Yeah, it's
Because
nuts. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
for sure.
at 90, he was the longest tenured Batman. I mean, actor as Batman. I mean, or the voice actor. We even saw him in the Arrowverse. He played Bruce Wayne.
That's right.
Batman.
That's right.
Video games, cartoons, everything.
Yeah.
I feel the same way with Mark Hamill. He's definitely one of my favorite Jokers.
Yeah.
I love that, and it stems off just I feel from how well the animated series was, and how it really grabbed everybody. And I mean, it was a little bit of a grittier show compared to your Saturday morning cartoons, but
Right.
it really got everybody's attention. I feel, at least back then,
Oh yeah,
it was like a collective consciousness.
I watched it all
everybody
the
was
time.
watching Batman.
For sure.
Oh yeah. It was 92 when it was released, I believe, the cartoon.
Then they had the movie. The movie was really neat.
Oh, the Mask of the Phantasm.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yes,
Oh
that one was really cool. And I mean, like, the Batman movies themselves were pretty neat. I feel like I wish that the studios didn't have their hands so much in it. We would have got a lot of different people playing different characters. Like, I know that there was a rumor that Robin Williams is supposed to play the Riddler instead of Jim Carrey. And they kind of tossed that around, and they were supposed to have Bane earlier on in the movies as well, and then Billy D. Williams was supposed to be Two-Face. Like,
Marlon Wayans was Robin, and
that's right.
Batman Returns.
Yeah, they even had him for the fitting, right? They had him in the suit, I think.
Yeah, no, they actually, the Batman Returns figure of Robin, who is in the line, was modeled after Wayans. If you ever see it, you can see the high top fade on the Robin figure. Of course, they painted him white and then made him Robin, but it was the Damon Wayans figure, which, of course, he did not come out, nor did Robin. They saved it for forever.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But I from what I've read, he still gets residual checks for something he never played. Damon Wayans.
Hey,
that's cool.
Take that all day, right?
Right.
I remember a while ago, me and Rich, I think we were talking about it. The way that Robin does his laundry in Forever. It's just like so funny, so disrespectful, so crazy.
He got water everywhere,
and not like there's no way that was better than like just putting it in the washing machine.
Yeah, and his little two swoops, get all the water. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't.
And Alfred just looking at like, what the hell did I just see?
Another thing I noticed too, Alfred's always making soup.
Always.
Does
That's
he
like
know
his
how to make
go-to.
something else? Like he's constantly making. If you go through the movies and you go through the cartoon stuff, yes, he makes some other stuff, but he's always
Always
making them
soup.
soup.
That's the go-to. That's because he like meal preps and he freezes it or something.
Freeze.
He's got to have a hot meal on a short notice, I guess. You know.
Alfred's
Yeah,
been meal prepping since the '60s. You know.
when Michael Keaton was like, oh, "The soup is cold. It's supposed to be cold, Mister Wade. Was it something souffle or whatever it's called?"
Yes, yeah,
And
fishy
okay,
slaw. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, then there's the in the animated series when Batman's like sick and he's like, take this chicken soup. It's very special, like, and he takes the chicken soup with him, and that's how he defeats Mr. Freeze.
That's right.
I have you don't know if you know that company called Mondo. They make
Yeah.
really nice. I've got the first Batman that they put out animated series, and he comes with the thermos of soup as
Ah,
an
that's
accessory.
awesome.
Oh, it's
Oh, that's
funny.
so great.
Never
That's
want,
so
never know
great.
when you're gonna need it. You know.
No.
You never know when you're gonna need it. I watched recently. There's a Batman the Animated Series podcast where they just like poke fun at the cartoon,
Okay.
and they had the show that scene, and they show that like um Mr. Freeze takes his belt, and there's no kitchen, there's no soup, like
Yeah.
there's no soup there. Takes the belt off, and then he has the belt back on, and then he magically has the
This
thermos.
is soup.
He's heading
Oh my
under the
god,
cape.
that's so
You
funny.
know, he's got pockets.
Right.
I guess that is a thing. That is a thing. All right, so what is the holy grail figure that you don't have that you need,
Oh.
that you want?
Immediately when I was saw that question, I was like, "Oh my god, it has to be the 2010 WonderCon exclusive White Lantern Batman." I
Ooh.
get that figures at least $300 right now, at least 300 to 400, and you can find it for two, maybe damage packet. But it is the 2010 WonderCon White Lantern from Brightest Day, the comic series.
That's a
Okay.
good
Oh,
one.
I that has eluded me to this day. I do not have that figure, and it's just a repaint.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's a lot, like a lot of companies, McFarlane included.
sure.
They will tempt you with a repaint, call it brand new,
Hmm.
and not until you have it in your hand do you say, "Oh, I already have this figure." But I don't care. White Lantern Batman is slick. I
Yeah,
have the
no, that's
Green
definitely a good
Lantern.
one.
Yeah, I have the Green Lantern Batman, the Yellow Lantern, the Black Lantern, and the white one is just eluded me. Ugh.
No, I understand how that is, man. I used to be really hardcore collecting into just a lot of things. My collection love has spread throughout the years. Um I started off just randomly with like different stuff, probably like He-Man and Brave Star. Those were like some of my
Oh,
first. That was like my first big set. I had like the Brave Star set with like the saloon and the jail. I don't know, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Brave
oh
Star,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, that was like one of my first big set. And then like Mask and stuff like that. I
Oh, I
definitely had
love
a lot of
Mask.
cool
God,
stuff like that. And then it kind of like just mutated a little bit to like Power Rangers and Turtles and stuff.
Yeah.
And then my stuff was just like all over the place. And then I kind of just I stopped collecting for a while, and then I really got into the Simpsons line when they
oh
first started
nice.
coming out with them.
The Playmates, didn't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You
Rich
had a
can
ton of
attest to
those.
that.
Oh, you had
I
a
had
ton of those.
so many. Like every one that came out, I was just grabbing them, and I
Oh
worked
yeah.
at a store that sold them, so it kind of helped the process out as well too.
Hmm.
And then I was just a big person for, can I flip this? Do I really need this? Do I really,
Mm.
really, really love it, love it, love it, have to have it? No, I want something else. So,
Yeah.
I flipped them and bought like a bass amp or something, that I didn't really use very much, but you know, it I just kind of like morphed through the years, and then it kind of went to like Funko Pops, and then I really kind of settled in with like some NECA stuff. I really love the NECA. I'm into a lot of horror stuff, so like Freddy
Uh,
Krueger's my dude.
yeah. Well, the only neck I have are the Ninja Turtle movie series of figures.
Hmm.
I've got them all. I pre-ordered the Turtles 3 set of 4, the samurai ones.
Oh, you
Oh yeah,
pre-ordered
yeah,
those? They
yeah.
went kind
Yeah,
of quick,
that
right?
and Kino, the pizza delivery boy from part 2.
We were just
Now, does that
talking
come
about
with the
that the other
bike?
day.
It comes with the bike, yes, sir.
It
Nice.
does. Okay,
And
that's cool.
it comes with the official badge, his work badge with his picture on it, Kino. Yeah, those are the only NECAs I collect. I didn't collect. I don't collect anything else. I mean, NECA is a beautiful brand, but they are expensive.
Mm.
They are expensive. I mean, like I said, like I know a lot of people. I'm fortunate enough to have a really cool spot by me. It's called Englishtown Flea Market, and they're open on the weekends. And they have stores that are on the inside as well. And two of my friends own two different toy stores, completely different.
Cool.
So one is Funkenstein's Wrestling Superstore, and that
Yeah.
one has he has a couple different stores. He has one called Clone of Funkenstein, and that one's like video games and stuff. And then he has just the regular Funkenstein store, which is wrestling and just like a hodgepodge of all different kinds of collectibles, open, closed, mint, like some super expensive, some not so expensive. And then my other friend, he has a store called Boob Tube Collectibles, and that
Mhm.
one has like a website, and he mainly sells pops, but he has so many different things, and he has a lot of different connections, and he gets me some really awesome NECAs at some great prices. So
Nice. Yeah, and I've been fortunate to meet a lot of like-minded collectors here and there. I've got several friends that tour the con circuit selling, flipping figures and stuff. And I'm proud. I'm not proud to say, but I do. I've got some friends that are scalpers that will go find figures to
sure,
sell them. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, you got to have both sides to if you really need that figure,
sure, you gotta have a
especially like
guy.
Gotta have a
yeah,
guy.
I know this guy. Yeah, no, especially down where I live, it's basically a scalper's paradise. At Walmart, you can never ever find Walmart exclusives as far as McFarlane's,
Hmm.
and he just put out, or he's supposed to be putting out, the DC versus Vampire Superman, Captain Atom, and there's another one I forgot. Anyway, they're Walmart exclusives, but I will never see them. So I ended up ordering from Canada, a store from Canada who already has them.
Mm.
And sometimes I've got to bite the bullet, pay that extra,
If you want it,
charge, extra
you know.
shipping charge, because from Canada to Texas, that's at least a week and a half drive as far as shipping.
Hmm.
Sure,
But
that's rough.
it's such is my life. I need to have the most current figures, and as not to be like stuck up about it, or like I need to have them first before everyone else. I need to have them basically the time it drops.
Well, the
I
thing that
look
I've
at
learned, if you wait, you won't get it.
exactly, yeah, and I've learned the hard way. If I wait and say, you know what, I'm gonna wait till the price comes down, or I'm gonna
Won't
wait
be there.
whatever. No, I've I've learned that if you don't get it right away, even if it's just a figure that maybe no one wants, you run the risk of it for some reason the next month or so it be the hottest figure out there that everyone wants, and it
No, you're
used to be a
right.
peg warmer.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've learned the hard way again of waiting on figures. So I try to get everything right away, within
Sure,
reason. I mean,
yeah,
he McFarlane dropped 3 figures: the Bane with the trench coat, the actual cloth trench coat,
Mm.
the Joker robber mask with the from the Dark Knight Rises, no,
okay,
from the Dark Knight,
I love that one. That
and
Robert
then the
Mask is cool.
Sonar version of Joker, which is like, if you recall in
clear,
the movie,
yes.
where he dropped those as figures sold at the Comic Con first,
Mm.
but they're already overseas, like
Yeah,
in Australia and in places like that. And I was going to order them and get them here before he releases them in the States. But the shipping from Australia to here turned out to be like $40 on top of $30 figures. So I was going to pay like 120, 130 just for 3 figures.
Ooh.
That if I can honestly wait till they drop in the States,
Hmm.
I'll be saving at least what 50, $60,
Sure,
which
sure.
in the long run is what another three figures,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. So
Well, Rich was telling me too, he has a hard time finding sometimes figures in the store as well, right, Rich?
Yeah, I was gonna say my stores around here are terrible. I don't know if they're on like. I did catch a UPS guy once at a GameStop, and he was like, "I hit all these stores up every Tuesday." So like he's there in the morning delivering anyway, and he just goes and snatches up all his stuff. So I was like, he's told me he knows other people who do it too. So I'm not an early riser, like be at Walmart at 9 a.m. for something like. So it's definitely a little tougher for me. But I do have a
well,
couple cool toy shops around me that usually
yeah,
have the cooler stuff. It might be $5-10 more, but if I wanted it, it's there.
yeah. You pay the convenience price of getting them, but for the most part, I was early on hitting WalMarts and Targets early in the morning before work,
Hmm.
late at night in the afternoon when they're stocking, even in the middle of the night type things, and it just got to be just not so much a hassle.
Hmm.
It was the wear and tear of driving and everything just to find that one figure.
Hmm.
I've really now just let uh the internet do my
Pretty
my
much.
finding. Yeah, I'll
You can
find
put
it.
all your notifications up as soon as it
Yeah, so
drops.
I've got
Just
them
yep,
all ready. Ding, ding. Yep, they're in stock.
yep.
Especially when, like this last couple of weeks, when McFarlane was teasing drops every other day, and I don't know if you know on Entertainment Earth they had actual or set reminders. You would click on the button
Hmm.
and it would go into your phone to set a reminder when it was coming out. And
Hmm.
I
Of
used the
course
hell
it
out
does.
of
They
that.
got to get those.
Hey,
They
I
got
have
to get
that one. I
those.
got Funko. I got a couple of them that just
Oh
ping
yeah,
me.
yeah, Funko too. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. See, I love the hunt and the thrill of finding stuff. I don't always shop online. Sometimes I do. I had to like pull back some of my stuff that I collect. I do collect DCs. I have a ton. I don't have as many as you do, but I definitely have a lot. My wife not a fan of these because they're just bigger boxes, like the Marvel Legends are it's a little sleeker, the figures are smaller, like they're close to the NECA size, and I have a lot of those. But I have one, two, three, four. I have five Walmarts that are within 10 to 15-minute driving distance, and then I have
nice.
three Targets. So one Walmart is literally like walking distance from my house if I really
Nice.
wanted to. So I usually luck out, and Rich always gets so mad when I show
So
him all the
mad.
cool things that I get.
So
I got the
mad.
Vampire Joker and the Vampire Batman from there. I got tons
Yep.
of gold labels from there. I got the Flash prototype, like the gray one or whatever. Um,
Yeah,
Oh,
he'll
the tape.
FaceTime me in the store, and there's figures everywhere. And then I'll like, all right, well, let me FaceTime you when I'm in my store, and there's just holes. I was like, dude, it's been like this for months.
Empty.
it's sad too because you would buy those up and they don't stock properly. They'll
Mm-hmm.
have
No.
thousands of the thing that like nobody wants,
Mm-hmm.
like the Avatar stuff, or like I don't know. I feel like some of the Fortnite stuff's that kind of dying down
We were
too.
we were
Like
ragging on the Eternals figures forever because they
Oh my
made such a
god,
big
I
deal
made
out of them, and they were
so many videos on that on TikTok about they were there like years after the damn movie was
they're
out, and
selling
I
for
was
like $3, but
no one wanted them even at $2.
even at $3, fully
they're
stocked.
still out. They're at my Ollie's. They're at my Ollie's for
Ollies,
10
yes
bucks.
sir.
10
The
bucks.
whole set, if you want, you can get it for like $20.
Yeah, I think I might just snag the Selma Hayek one just for her head,
There you
like the
go.
head mold,
Do
because
like a
like
Dust Till
I
Dawn thing
definitely,
with her.
yeah. Well, I don't know about all
Yeah,
that,
well,
but
her and the what's her face, the Jolie figures were the exclusives, I guess, to
yeah,
that set. But even then, that wasn't enough until for me to buy it.
No.
no, absolutely not. Even if at $3, they were still too expensive. Like it's sad. It's sad. I love Ollie's. I think Ollie's is cool. They just put up one by my house. Definitely, um, I capitalized on it. Like the first time I went, they had these hold up. They had these really cool like Fortnite video arcade game things. So I snagged them because I seen these at the store,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and they were
Mm.
like $10 at Walmart, right? So $10 is way too much for this. But at Ollie's it was $1.99, and then they had like a
Uh,
coupon, so I didn't think that was that bad. So when you open them up on the back of it and you flip it, it has like a weapons rack.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I thought that
Ah,
was kind of neat. So I do a lot of action figure photography and things like that.
that's cool.
So I went online and I saw some guy on Etsy and some guy who has his own website. They make stickers to replace these. So you can make them into like whatever video games you want. So they have like The Simpsons and X-Men and Narc and like all cool
Narc.
arcade games, you
Wow.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
cool.
So I ordered a bunch of those. I'm trying to see how that's gonna be. So that'll be nice. I make all different kinds of stuff for the action figures and things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
yeah,
It's a
man.
lot of fun. I know you like the inbox, and I know how that is, and I respect that. But sometimes you got to crack them open, man. I mean, you don't get that feeling every now and again. You just want to crack it open. You just want to open it. It
Well,
looks so cool.
if I find or if I get a duplicate of a figure, I will open it to place at my desk at work. But I don't go looking for duplicates. If I find a figure like for $5, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But eh, for the most part, no, I don't. I will only I keep them
Sure.
in
I
box.
don't think McFarlane's go that low. I think the lowest I've seen a McFarlane the other day I saw they had Red Robin on sale for $7 at Walmart.
There
That
you go.
was like the lowest I think I've ever seen it. Now, does that like totally piss you off because you might have got that like way ahead of time?
I've more than likely bought every figure at price when it comes out, so I've never bought anything on clearance. uh, nah, well, for the most part, yeah. I mean, but then again, that we were talking about earlier, you run the risk. If I don't get it now, it's not going to be. It's just a gamble whether you get
Definitely.
what figure is going to be hot, down the line, or what's going to be a miss. I mean, there's several duds here in McFarlane's line as far as multiverse that just sit on the peg forever. Um,
Yeah. What's
Shriek,
that
we
one?
Shriek.
The Superman with just the red on his chest and he has like no shirt on. Which one is that? With the chains and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Okay, that one I
But
see on the shelf a lot. And the
um,
hazmat
the
Batman suit.
I've seen that
that
one
one
a
used to
bunch
be
of
there
times.
forever. The generic version, not the light up
Not
version.
the light up one. No, the
Yeah,
generic
that one.
version. It's like I see it all the
No,
time in like clearance bins and stuff.
here at my Walmart, they have Shriek from Batman Beyond and the from Catwoman from the Batman movie. Selena Kyle, they have a ton of her. I mean,
I
they're
bet
just
they
sitting
do.
there, and they just they don't sell, and they don't go on clearance either. They're
No,
just
it
still
just
there.
yep, take up space.
They're gonna save them
Yeah,
for the next Batman movie, I guess, or for the Penguin
Hmm.
show that they're gonna come out with if they ever do that.
if they ever do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Who cares about that? Give me Peacemaker too.
I want Peacemaker too.
Oh,
Even though
The other
I
problem,
did like Colin Farrell as a penguin. I thought he impressed me. I didn't think I was
he
gonna
was the
like
saving
him, and
grace.
he
yeah.
was actually really cool.
No, well, I mean, I hope they do continue it, but I mean, James Gunn at the time, I mean, that the Snyderverse was still alive, so and he used, of course, the Justice League at the end, and of course, Peacemaker was coming off Suicide Squad,
Hmm.
so again, all the Snyderverse version. So I don't know how he would be able to rewrite it and tie it into this new thing. I mean, I don't know. It'd be
Maybe
nice
he
to
doesn't
see him come
have to.
back.
Did they ever think about
Well,
that? Maybe they
he
that
doesn't
he
have.
doesn't
Yeah.
have to. Like he doesn't have to tie it into the cinematic universe. Nobody gives a fuck. The show should just be like it is on its own and float around and like we have in the comics we're acceptable to one-offs and what ifs and
All
all different
time.
kinds
Yeah.
of writers and different ways that they
Well,
want to tell the story, but they don't really do that with the movies so much. They do a little bit,
they have
but I feel like
guidelines they got to go
they
by.
yes, and they don't give us as fans enough credit. Like if they want to do something great in DC, they should just take Batman the animated series and make that into like a live action thing.
Oof, oof.
Like if they did
Well,
that, and I, I don't know, I think that would be pretty cool.
I was crossing my fingers they were going to do a Batman Beyond with
Mm.
Michael
Mike too.
Keaton.
Mike's been talking about
That
it
would
for
be,
years.
oh my god, man.
Imagine,
Well,
but
they
now
they should have did it before. They should have did it before. It would have been cool. Christian Bale would have been pretty neat how they like did the transition. They could have did that with that guy Joseph Gordon-Levitt or whatever. He would have been
Hmm.
cool. If they just slightly changed it just a little bit, But Terry McGinnis is just such a he's so awesome, man. He's definitely one of my faves, and I love Batman Beyond, and I'm just sad that they don't do more with it.
nope, nope, I agree. Although there are, I believe there's some more figures of Batman Beyond coming out as far as McFarlane's. I could be wrong. I think I've heard more
Well, I
in the.
see they have like the ones like this one. I got this one right here, Batman Beyond. It's kind of hard to
Hmm.
see because of the glare, but
They have a new
Yeah, yeah,
Funko
um,
yeah.
coming out too for Batman Beyond. I think it's a blacklight one. So,
Oh, okay. I was fortunate to get the translucent one of
nice,
the chase. Yeah.
oh,
nice.
that's
Yes,
a good
sir.
one. That's a good one. All right, so we're getting close and close to our end. So what we're gonna do is we're
Oh,
gonna talk a little bit about the Flash because I know that this one's gonna take a little while. Though we're gonna talk about the Flash movie.
that's
Um,
fine.
this is something that I don't know, me and Rich 100% agree upon.
Nope,
When
not at
I first saw it,
all.
I saw it in the theater and I was blown away. I saw it with four friends, each having like different loves of DC. One not even knowing if the movie was DC or Marvel. Bless his heart. But he still wanted to come and he picked up a girl in the movie theater. But anyway,
Nice.
um the other three were all real in it. I had, like I went with my band. So like my guitarist, he's really like a huge Superman guy. He loves Christopher Reeve, I believe is his Superman. But he loves him. And my drummer, John, he's a real big Batman guy, but he loves like the one-offs, like the little tiny things. He's not a huge Flash fan. I love the Flash, so I went in expecting nothing, and I came out of the theater. I loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, people were clapping at the end of it. Like the couple people stood up. And then the whole theater sat back down, waiting for that cutscene. That like end credits.
So, what'd you think
Uh,
of it?
no,
Let's hear the rundown.
when they first announced it back, I believe it was what 2018, 29. It
Mhm.
was called Flashpoint. That got me excited because we're gonna get to see Thomas Wayne, possibly a Martha Wayne Joker, what evil Wonder Woman, evil Aquaman, whatever, skinny Superman, all that stuff.
Sure.
And then over the years, it started getting rewrites, and then the whole meltdown with Ezra Miller, and then more rewrites, reshoots, what have you.
Mhm.
It turned into something that maybe 10% resembled Flashpoint, the book,
By
comic
the end
book
of it.
Yeah.
storyline.
I knew it wasn't going to resemble
And
the Flashpoint because Flashpoint is perfect. I love that
oh,
story. It's so great.
even the cartoon. Have you seen the cartoon?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Paradox. Oh,
It's
so good.
so good. Like that's the other thing too. I thought we might get a reverse Flash. Like I was
Oh,
waiting for something like that. Like I thought that would be
yes.
really cool. But
Now,
dang it.
yeah, no. And again, I went in not. I mean, already knowing that it wasn't going to be Flashpoint. I went in with the sole purpose of reliving my childhood, seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman. And because of that, because of him, I love this movie. Mind you, if he had not been there, had it been more, I like Ben Affleck as a Batman. Had it been more him, it wouldn't have been good. But
Yeah.
Sure.
to me, Batman or Michael Keaton Batman saved that movie, as did the Sasha Kaya's Supergirl. That
Yeah, no,
saved the
she was
movie.
great.
Yeah,
She was
Oh
really
I
yeah,
good.
thought she was good in it for sure.
no, and the whole multiverse aspect of it. I mean, granted, there was much debate about the CGI parts. Excuse me.
Yeah, a lot of people
But
didn't like this.
that was either here or there as far as the story. But I really enjoyed the movie. Granted, I've only seen it once. I have not seen it yet on digital. I did see it
Yeah,
at theaters. It's going to come out HBO Max maybe next month
Yeah,
already. I
it's
think.
like within
something
the
like that.
next
Yeah.
like 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, I
Really?
mean, I
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the fact again with the multiverse part. I love that they showed the Adam West, Christopher Reeve,
Mhm.
Helen Slater, Supergirl.
Yeah, that's right, Kara.
Yeah, I got to meet her in person at a Comic Con. Oh, she was so
Oh,
pretty. Yeah.
that's awesome.
We we got to see a lot of stuff. I was a whole proposed Nick Cage Superman.
Mhm.
With the
Uh,
spider, with the
the
spider.
spider, the part of the storyline,
Mhm.
That's right. Yeah.
proposed storyline. I went in with different expectations because it was no longer what I was expecting,
Sure.
but I came out happy only because of Michael Keaton. Now,
Okay.
granted, if I don't know if you know any more backstory, but that last scene, spoilers, I mean, everyone's already probably hopefully seen it,
You're
with
fine.
George Clooney was only included 6 months prior to the movie. They had rewrote that whole part because Michael Keaton had already shot that. Michael Keaton was
Mhm.
going to be the Batman that was going to come out. But
Oh,
6 months prior, they cut that out and made it George Clooney, almost like a laugh, or
It was definitely a
some sort of
gag. Like, you
yeah
know.
gag, like like, oh, the Snyderverse is dead, so let's just go off on a joke or
Yeah,
something.
for sure.
yeah. It's sad because I mean, they would have picked Val Kilmer if they could have to get him going for sure.
Oh yeah,
If he would have did it, I don't know that he would have, because he can't speak,
Yeah.
so that's like, kind of bad. And Christian Bale would never have come back for that, especially just because of all the Ezra Miller BS. Like I feel like he wouldn't want to associate himself with that. It's too like, it's beneath him. Like.
yeah. No, I don't think Christian Bale would have fit the bill as far as, I mean, he was a great Batman, but uh, it should have been Keaton again. In fact, I think images had surfaced of Keaton playing that part, stepping out of the car, and they had teased us like months before, or before we found out it was Clooney.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I mean, he's
And
definitely by far the worst. He's not my favorite. I don't know. Maybe you feel differently.
no,
I don't
no,
know,
He
but
no.
said no.
The only thing I'll give him is that I'm looking forward to his action figure by McFarlane coming out
yeah,
soon.
absolutely.
But yeah, no, and now we're gonna have to deal with Aquaman, and a lot of bad things have already been said about it. Like as of recent, that's already gone under 3 different shoots.
Mhm.
They've taken out the Affleck and Keaton Batman parts. They've kept Amber Heard in there. They're
Oh,
trying to make it almost a standalone movie because everything that they had planned to tie it into the Flash and the Snyderverse or whatever is
Mhm.
just gone. So
Yeah.
now it's
yeah.
again going to be another shell of a movie that once was.
It's
With
sad.
no like continuation of it. Like I thought that that's what they kind of messed up with the Flash. They pretty much were like, well, if it doesn't do good, we're not going to include it going. They had like no confidence that it's going to do well. It was like, well, we don't know. And it was just,
That's sad
I
though,
need
too,
confidence. I
because
need like, yeah, we're gonna make 3 of these. Like this is how good it's gonna be. And the next one's gonna be even better, and then the next one's gonna be even better. So I don't know.
Right.
Marvel didn't have to go through this crap, I feel like, in the beginning. They got lucky when they came out with Blade, and Blade was such a cool movie and such a
That's a good movie.
success that
Mhm.
like it pushed out, then you had X-Men, which was just like so big for everybody, and it was
Huge
really cool. Like they
summer
definitely
box
put a
office.
lot into that.
You know.
A lot into it. And like DC, I mean, like, yeah, we had Batman, we had the Tim Burton ones back in the day, and it would have been really cool to see that third Tim Burton one.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
really, really, really wish that we would have got that one. It's cool that it lives on in the comics. I do like the storyline a lot, but I wish we would have been able to see it. It would have
Yeah.
been cool, and it would have been cool to see Robin Williams as the Riddler.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah. No. Yeah. There's a lot of what ifs that could have happened, but I mean, DC has for the most part has some really good hits and some really bad flops. Unlike Marvel, I mean, well,
Marvel
eh,
has its set,
Marvel,
so they're
yeah, that's say, I take that back.
yeah.
But I mean, I guess here more recently, I mean, if they don't, if they make their budget, they're considered flops
Mhm.
nowadays. But Marvel's still got a lot more to go. But I mean, they're now encountering their own type of problems, especially with that guy, what's his name, who plays Kang. You know, his legal
Oh
problems.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
And
right.
Kang's supposed to be the main baddie for the going
Like,
up to 27. I think,
oh
is that
yeah,
right?
because they're
Or
gonna use all of his characters, and now they can't use any of them, and they literally set
Well,
it
yeah,
up with
because
the
we
last
don't
one. So.
know how it's gonna be. Is it gonna get found guilty on whatever?
It's
And
looking
then
bad. Like they've
yeah,
only
yeah,
let a little bit slip out, and it doesn't seem good at all. So it's only
I don't
they're,
know.
so they're only going to keep it down for so long. Once they come to the decision, you're going to know all about it, and it's just going to be like, what are they going
yeah.
to do? Are they going to
So
switch the
I think
character? Are they going to switch the actor and just matrix
I
they
think
it?
that's what they're
might,
gonna
but
They're
do.
going to matrix it. You
yeah.
know, they're just going to switch it and like not say anything.
I mean, in the comics, Kang is different people.
Yeah.
He's not the same actor or the same. He's not drawn the same. I'm saying
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
different Kangs. I mean, even wasn't one of the Iron Mans a Kang,
Oh
an
yeah,
Iron
that's
Man
right.
suit,
Yeah.
a Kang variant? I think. God, I'm not sure. But anyway, they can do it that way. But I think for the most part, now that James Gunn has kind of got people focused on a new storyline, a new uh uh
Direction.
reboot, essentially. Yeah, I think people are excited, especially with the Superman Legacy, and then the three new that they just released. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner.
That's right.
Uh, we got I don't know who the actress was. It was like Hawk Girl. We getting some. Uh, we're going now into deeper pantheon of characters that he's going to reveal. And
That'd be
I'm all
cool.
for that. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. I love when they do that kind of stuff. I feel like DC really nails it in their shows and animated series, but they don't really nail it as much in the movies anymore. And I feel like Flash would have been really cool if they would have just changed one thing or like gave one thing to the fans because everybody wanted to see the Flash from the television show. Everybody
in
wanted
the
to
movie.
see that Flash. So imagine this ending when he came back and he changed the little thing and he fixed everything and he goes back into the Speed Force and he runs back and he stops for a second and then like he's walking and he sees everybody, sees that the world seems like it's back to the way it is, and then he looks in the mirror and it's not Ezra Miller. Just,
I guess.
like that
Yeah.
would have been super cool. And that's why I feel like DC really needs to just hire some people that are fans that know what the fuck they're talking about, because I feel like they have fanboys, but they don't really have the people who are like deep seated and love this stuff. Like I mean, even McFarlane should be taking some advice from you and saying, hey, you know what, LT, what's the next figure you want to see instead of us making all these jokerized fucking things. How about we how about we make something that you
Oh,
want? Like,
he's got a lot of Joker eyes coming out still.
oh god. That's why I said that. That's why I said that.
No, no. Yeah, if you were to ask me, I want a comic accurate Green Arrow. We have two Green Arrows that he's put out, and we got the Steve Amell from the Arrow show, and then we have Injustice 2 Green Arrow. I want a comic accurate Green Arrow, either from the '80s Longbow series, even not New 52 because he didn't have a goatee. I want a damn goatee. I want his
Mm.
help, his hood. I want everything. In fact, I
Yeah.
want a 2-pack of him and Black Canary.
There you
That
go.
would be great.
Ooh, that would be cool. That would be cool. They don't
Yeah.
make a lot of her either.
No, they don't. I don't.
No, that'd be neat. I always thought it was messed up when they make the arrow figures and they don't make actual separate arrows that you can put in a quiver. It's always just like a mold of arrows stuck together, put inside. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of lame.
It's fine.
Let's get
Yeah.
some
No.
arrows. Oh man. Well, this has definitely been fun, man. We really appreciate you coming on the show. We hope to have you back again soon. That would be really
Please,
cool.
yes.
Yes, sir.
I would
Um,
love that.
we love DC, we love Marvel. These are things that we just hold really dear to us, and especially figures. And it's really cool that we got to meet you through that world and through TikTok and stuff. And hopefully we'll keep up the relationship.
There you
Any
go.
Oh
advice
yeah,
for some of
yeah.
our TikTokers out there?
Yeah, you got 26.8K followers, man. Crushing it in the game.
That's
Thank you,
very
thank you.
impressive.
Well, I was surprised today's post already hit over 40,000 views. It was the
Saw
one teasing the six new Batman, the six pack of McFarlane, and I was just like, oh my god, type post. I did it at work, and boom, it was there.
Nice.
Advice wise, just do what you love. Don't be so serious about it, about what you're doing. You're doing this again. I've said it before, as a labor of love,
Yeah.
and you're not doing it to please anyone. And you get those people that will just like to troll you and comment and.
Sure.
Mike's been
I
waiting.
lost my train. I lost my train of
Mike's
thought.
been waiting a week to do this.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Oh,
had to do it.
no.
I had to do it. I
Well, I'm losing connection here.
Yeah.
What? I can't hear. I can't see you.
But yeah, we definitely appreciate you coming on. Obviously, LT House of Geekery is on TikTok. Look him up. Let's get him some more followers, and
Thank you.
like his videos because they are actually really funny. And I love the toy hunting ones. Those are my favorite one. Mike does a bunch of good toy hunting ones. I haven't gotten my rhythm yet of toy hunt. I feel like I'm always with my wife and my kid, and they're just like kind of bothering me when I'm trying to do it, and I just can't get the rhythm of it. So I need to start venturing out without them.
Well, it took a while for me to gather up the nerve to just shoot myself being a dumbass in front of toys and stuff, and figuring people just looking at me like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
But then after I got into it, I'm like, this is fun.
Mhm.
And I don't care if I'm making an ass of myself. I'll probably never see you again,
Yeah.
but you'll probably see me on TikTok.
That's right. That's right. Eventually, right?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Well,
But no,
thank you
for the
so
most part,
much, man.
I appreciate you guys. I would love to be back. Shoot the shit some more. I mean, there's a lot more. There's a lot more stuff coming out.
Oh, all kinds of
figure
stuff.
wise, and I would love to talk geek with you. So
Definitely. Hopefully, I'll be getting the blacklight line of the new Batman's coming out. The Scarecrow looks so cool. That's gonna be my first one. We're gonna try to
I
get.
pre-ordered those too.
Mhm.
Scarecrow and Joker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they look so cool.
They're and it's crazy because they usually only do like 4 or 5 of them. There's like 8 or 9 of them that are coming out. So I'm like,
Yeah. And
Here we
what's
go.
cool is that they're coming with little black lights. You don't have to go buy a whole setup. It's
Yeah.
coming up with a little stage, a little stand.
that's so cool, man.
That's like McFarlane. Wow. All right, dude. You got my money.
Yep, there it is. So, yeah, definitely appreciate you coming on. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the Mike and Rich podcast. Obviously, we'll be live again next Thursday night. And have a great week, everybody. Appreciate you coming on, LT.
Thanks,
Cool,
man.
man.
Peace.